In the heart of Kabul, Afghanistan, lurks a tale that chills the bones and shakes the very foundation of humanity. A tale of a sister named Bakhti, whose life was snatched away from her, not by strangers, but by her own flesh and blood. A tale of a woman who was stripped of her basic human rights and imprisoned for 25 long, agonizing years. Imagine 25 years, that's a quarter of a century. Some of us can't even bear the thought of being locked in a room for a day, let alone 25 years. But for Bakhti, it was her grim reality, a reality where the sun never shone, where the beauty of nature was nothing but a far-fetched dream, where the concept of fresh air was alien. She was confined to a dark, dingy room, a room that served as her prison cell, her dining area, and even her washroom. A room devoid of light, of hope. She was given no change of clothes, no chance to cleanse herself, no opportunity to maintain even the most basic of human dignities. In the midst of this darkness, Bakhti was alone. No voices to comfort her, no faces to smile at her. Her world was limited to the four walls of her prison cell, a world where loneliness was her only companion. And the most heart-rending part of this story? The perpetrators of this heinous act were none other than her own brothers. The very people who should have protected her chose to shackle her, to deny her freedom, to strip her of her fundamental human rights. Now you might ask, why share this story? Why bring to light such a tale of horror and injustice? The answer is simple: to raise awareness, to ensure that Bakhti's voice is heard, that her suffering is not in vain. Knowledge is power, and sharing this story is the first step towards making a difference. So the next time you breathe in the fresh air, feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, or simply enjoy the freedom to move around, spare a thought for Bakhti. Remember her story, remember her struggle, and don't just remember, act. Share her story, spread the word, search for Bakhti's factual story on Google and Facebook. Awareness is the first step towards change, and you have the power to trigger that change. In a world that is so interconnected, where information is at our fingertips, it is our duty to use this power for good, to ensure that stories like Bakhti's are not forgotten, that they serve as a wake-up call for humanity, a reminder that we must do better. So take this story, hold it close, and let it fuel your desire to make a difference. For Bakhti and for countless others who are still waiting for their voices to be heard.